Hey everyone and welcome, it's RageGamer here for another Black Ops 4 video. Today we're looking at how to get diamond assault rifles easily in multiplayer. So we're going to have all the tips, all the class setups, everything you need to get gold and diamond camos quickly for assault rifles. If you guys find this useful, feel free to leave a like. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe as well. I'm going to place in the description with videos for all the different camo guides, so make sure you check that out if you're struggling with a particular guide or camo that we're looking at in today's video. But without further ado, let's go on to the video. So there's 5 different assault rifles in the assault rifle category, and you need to get all of those gold before you can unlock the diamond camo for assault rifles. And these are the ICR, the Rampart, the KN57, the Vapor, and the Maddox. So once you do the 100 headshots, you can then unlock any of the other challenges in any order you want, although the way I'm going to be suggesting is the best and quickest way to go about getting them all. So first up, you want to go for the 100 headshots. So for this, I generally suggest going into either hardcore free-for-all or hardcore domination, and this is just so that there's more enemies and you know where the spawns are. And maps, you want to be voting for ones that are close quarter combat, so we're talking maps such as firing range, icebreaker, seaside, slums, and summit. And then for the class, you want to put on either a red dot sight or an ELO if you've got it, and then either grip 1 and 2 or other similar attachments, as well as quick draw. And then for the equipment, I like putting on equipment charge. For perks, you're going to want to put on scavenger, gung ho, and tracker, and you're going to want to avoid lethal score streaks just so that they don't take away from the kills you're getting with headshots. So these are the UAV, the counter UAV, and the care package. Those are the 3 you're going to want in score streaks. Next up is the specialist, and I like putting on Prophet or Recon just because Prophet has a little seeker mine which you can use to stun the enemies and hold them in place while you get headshots on them, and Recon will show you where the enemies are on the map so you can go and find them and get headshots on them. And then I'll have other tips on headshots in that headshot video in the playlist in the description, so if you want more tips, go and check that out as well. Next up, I suggest you go for the 50 kills without attachments challenge, and this is going to get you the mother of pearl camo. The reason why I suggest you do this one next is because if you do all the other camos and come back to this one last, it's going to take longer, whereas if you do this one, it will overlap with the other challenges. So while you're getting this challenge, you can also go for the long shots, rapid kills, and bloodthirsties in game. So the overlap of those challenges makes it quicker. And for this, you're going to want modes like hardcore free-for-all and hardcore domination, as well as hardcore kill confirmed if you want as well, just so you want as many enemies as possible that you can kill. And for class, you obviously want to avoid all attachments and optics as well, and you just want to put on perks. So I like going for scavenger and tactical mask, as well as cold-blooded and gung-ho, and then tracker and or team link. But if you use team link, you're going to have to get rid of your equipment. For specialist, it doesn't really matter which one, although I like going for recon. And then on to the next challenge, I suggest going for 50 kills with an optic and 5 attachments, again because this will overlap with some of the other challenges. So I like playing in hardcore free-for-all for this one, and the class doesn't matter too much, but generally you want to try and put on an ELO sight and either hybrid mags, quick draw, a grip, a stock, and rapid fire, plus the 3 wild cards you need for that. So something like that is a good class. And obviously for this setup, it means you can't have any equipment, anything other than just your weapon, the optic, and the 5 attachments. You want to make sure again that the score streaks are non-lethal so they don't take away from your kills with your weapon. And for the specialist, it doesn't really matter again, but I suggest going for one like recon. So by this point, once you've done all these challenges so far, you would have done the headshots, the 50 kills without any attachments, and then 50 kills with an optic and 5 attachments. And at this point, you should have had all or most of the long shots, rapid kills, and bloodthirsties done, and if not, you should be quite close. But if not, don't worry, we're going to talk about how to get each of these challenges as well, so stay tuned until the end of the video. So if you need more rapid kills, you want to go for hardcore free-for-all, as well as hardcore control and hardcore domination. Those are the best modes because you want to be around lots and lots of enemies. The kind of maps you want to vote for are close quarters ones like firing range, icebreaker, seaside, slums, and summit. And a typical class is going to include stuff like quick draw and grip and rapid fire for the attachments, and then for perks, lightweight and gung ho. And these are just going to make sure that you can actually get to the enemy faster, aim down sight faster, and kill the enemies faster. And this is because a rapid kill needs to be getting 2 kills within about 5 to 10 seconds of each other, so it's really quite quick, you haven't got long. Score streaks again, make sure they're non-lethal, and go for UAV, counter UAV, and care package. And for the specialists, I like using recon yet again. And what you want to do is go to the high flow areas of the map where there's lots of people, just so you can get kills as quickly as possible. And if you use this guide, you should get them quite quickly. Next up, it's the long shots, and I want to quickly say I've got 2 videos, one of them on the best long shot spots on every map, and another one on the general tips for long shots, you know, the best class and so on and so forth, and lots of tips. So make sure you go and check out those 2 videos if you're struggling with long shots. But a quick overview of this for this video is modes like hardcore free-for-all and hardcore domination. The hardcore bit is really key because because it makes it much easier to kill enemies at that further distance. And so class wise, you want to be looking at something like a recon or a dual zoom scope, as well as grip 1 and 2 if you've got it, and then also quick draw for the attachments. And then equipment, I like using stim shot, but you can choose anyone you want really. And then for perks, I like going for scavenger, lightweight and team link. Again, full explanation of this in the long shot video. And then for the score streaks, make sure they're non-lethal yet again. And then for the specialists, I like using either talk or recon. Recon so that you can find enemies and where they are on the map, so that you can align yourself to get a long shot. Or talk if you want to hold down an area, for example, a sniping spot up in a window, and then you put the razor wire down in a doorway so that enemies can't kill you from behind. The main tip for this is basically to always try and create as much distance as you can between you and the enemy, so push yourself back as far as possible. So finally, onto Bloodthirstys. This is probably the most difficult challenge, at least for a lot of people, in the game, but hopefully you should have quite a few of them already by the time you've done the challenges in this order. So if you haven't, don't worry. The modes I generally suggest are Hardcore Domination or Hardcore Kill Confirmed, or otherwise you can go for Objective modes and also Chaos Mosh Pit. Those are the main good modes to go for. And you want to be voting for maps that you're comfortable with, that you know the layout for, the spawns and the flow of the map, just so that you're comfortable and you're familiar when you're going on those streaks. For the class, it can vary quite a bit, but I like generally putting on a quick draw, a normal grip for the attachments, as well as a red dot sight or an ELO sight. And then for perks, I like putting on a scavenger and cold-blooded and tracker. The gear, just keep it simple. Something like a stim shot will be good, so you can heal yourself if need be. And then you want to make sure you're having those non-lethal score streaks, so like the UAV, the counter UAV, and the care package. For the specialists, you want to have either recon, crash, or talk. And the reason for this is because recon can find enemies on the map, so make sure no one's running up to you and killing you, out of the blue. Crash just so that you have more health and more ammo. And then finally talk so that if you're struggling with Bloodthirstys, you can hold down an area, put the razor wire and kind of camp a little bit to get those Bloodthirstys if you're struggling. Finally, onto the tips. You want to be using some survival tips like jump shotting and drop shotting. You also want to try and reload cancel if need be. So if you're reloading and an enemy comes up to you, make sure you reload cancel so you don't die. Dodging left to right to make it more difficult for the enemy to shoot you sometimes. And always reloading when you're away from a gunfight and behind cover, as well as healing. And if you're a player that's struggling with Bloodthirstys, try and go towards the center of the map or a high flow area, kill around 3 people, then come back and hide for the last 2 kills, and that should help you get bloodthirsty. I've got more tips and a bigger explanation of Bloodthirstys in that video in the playlist in the description, which I keep going on about, and it will be at the end of the video, so make sure you go and check that out if you're struggling with Bloodthirstys. But I hope you guys found this video useful. If there's any tips which you guys think I've missed, or any other cool tips that you want to share with me, leave them down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.